Hey, so welcome back to my YouTube channel, and this is going to be a different video of sorts. In the past, we have been doing marketing campaigns analysis, we have been doing podcasts related to marketing, and we have also been doing case studies, right? But if you're a regular on this channel, you remember that in the first video, I said that I'll also be doing book reviews. So a lot of people messaged me and they commented that please do a book review. And by a lot, I mean one, you know who you are.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
So let's get straight into it. The first book which we are taking is Atomic Habits by James Clear. And ये कोई book summary नहीं होने वाली है. We'll just talk about some of the key takeaways from this book, some of the interesting things, interesting terms to learn from this book, and some things that you can inculcate from this book into your daily habit to become a better person. So they say that for every person, there is a book that changes his perspective of looking at life, at looking at things. For me, that was Atomic Habits by James Clear. It really helped me a lot to motivate myself, to push myself to the boundaries, and each day become a better version of myself. So the main message of this book is that small changes, when done consistently, can lead to massive improvements in your life. So this book mentions the fact that if you bring 1% change in your life daily, by the end of the year, you'll be 37 times better. To be honest, to me, this 1% change daily looks like a very small number. But to give you an example here, there was a team called Team Sky. It was a British cycling team and they had won just a single gold medal from 1908 to 2003. The situation of the team was so bad that even sponsors said that they will not be providing them with cycles, because if people see that this team uses their cycle, their brand image will get spoiled. To tackle this situation, the British Cycling Organization hired a person as a coach. He was called Dave Brailsford. This person was very different from the previous coaches. He worked on a very interesting principle. That principle was called the aggregation of marginal gains. This principle says again that if you bring 1% improvement in every little aspect, you will be much better. So Dave focused on every aspect of these cyclists. He focused on the massage gels they were using, to the pillows they were using to sleep, to the mattresses they were sleeping on, to the alcohol that was rubbed on the tires of their cyclists. So let's discuss the effect of these small changes brought in by Dave. In the 2008 Beijing Olympics, the team won 60% of the gold medals for cycling. So this is the power of aggregation of marginal gains, and this is what James Clear urges us to follow. Clear also says that focus on the system and not on the goals. Focus on the journey and not on the destination. Winners and losers both have the same goals, but survivorship bias forces us to look at winners as that they have won because they had some goals in mind. One thing that really interested me in this book was the statement that the most efficient and the effective way of improving your life, improving your habits, is to change your identity. To give you an example, if someone offers you a cigarette, you should say, I don't smoke, I'm a person who does not smoke, rather than saying, I'm a person who is trying to quit. And you'll work harder to reinforce this identity of yourself. The phrase fake it until you make it is taken in a very negative connotation, but it has a lot of truth in itself. I have also heard of a similar phenomenon called the law of attraction, which says that if you want something, visualize that you already have it and then work towards it. But this principle deserves an entirely different video of its own, so let's leave it for later. Most of us know that what is a good habit, but the problem which we face is following up with these habits. So the solution to this problem is habit stacking. So let's see that how this habit stacking principle works. So to give you an example, there was a time 6 months back when I wanted to improve my sleep schedule. So what I did was I stacked my habits one on top of another and built an entire routine. So my routine was wake up at 7, go on a 15 minutes walk, come back and drink black coffee, read newspaper, prepare for your interviews, some of the interviews which I had lined up during that time, and then start with my office. So this helped me to get into the routine and have something to look forward to every morning when I woke up. So one entirely new aspect that this book introduced me to was environment over motivation. Clear says that motivation is highly overrated, and if you really want to improve your life, environment is the thing that will help you. So for example, if you are trying to cut down on your junk intake and eat more fruits, So what would better help you is keep fruits at a place which is visible to you throughout the day. Keep it at your study table or keep it at your dining table. And don't keep junk at a place where you'll see it throughout the day. The point Clear is trying to make here is make bad habits difficult to do and make good habits easier to do. Another example of how this principle works is, let's take the situation where you are addicted to your phone. You are scrolling through Instagram the entire day and you are not getting any work done. Before we discuss this situation, let's talk about why using the phone is such addictive, why scrolling through Instagram or Facebook or Pinterest is so interesting. Our brain really loves a hormone called dopamine. Dopamine is a hormone which releases when we do something fulfilling, which satisfies our mind. Taking out your phone after every 5 minutes and looking at a meme, laughing at it, or looking at a friend's picture and commenting on it, commenting something funny, really releases these hormones, these dopamine hormones. If you are trying to get some work done at office and you are stressed under that work pressure, chances are that you'll take out your phone and scroll through Instagram. That releases some sort of dopamine and your brain gets addicted to it after a point. There will be a time when you don't realize that when did you take out your phone and when you started scrolling through Instagram. And the thing that will help you here is to make using Instagram less attractive. Make it unattractive. Uninstall your app and start using Instagram on Google Chrome. It will make the user interface much harder to use and really lower the satisfaction which you get from using Instagram. I have myself used this method in the past and it really helped me to cut down on my online screen time. Another interesting principle that this book introduced me to was Goldilock's principle. This principle states that you'll be most motivated to do a work if it is at the edge of your comfort zone. So let's use some graphics to understand this. This is the difficulty of a task and this is your comfort zone. To give you an example, if your goal is far outside your comfort zone and you push yourself daily by 1%, eventually you'll reach that goal. So you have to focus on the system and not on the goal. Focus on the system of improving yourself by 1% daily, the aggregation of marginal gains. So this was the end of this video. And I really urge you to read this book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. And James Clear also has a blog website of its own. On that blog, James Clear talks about a lot of people, a lot of stories where people use atomic habits to improve in their lives. If you learned something new from this video or you like the principle I mentioned in this video, please drop a like and it will help the channel to grow by a lot. Share this video with your friends, with your college mates, with your school friends, and please subscribe to this. Just look at these figures. Do subscribe to this. This is Utkarshwho signing off and see you in the next one.